Greetings, folks. It's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. I'm going to talk today about a breakout, a escape from Strangeways prison that happened around about 1986, 1987. And it involved a man called Eric Allison. Now, you can look Eric Allison up. He used to be the prisons reporter for The Guardian. And he was a notorious gangster type from Manchester. And he was in Strangeways. And a very talented man was Eric. And what he did was he arranged for one of his colleagues to forge a bench warrant from Manchester Crown Court. It wasn't actually from Manchester Crown Court. It looked like it was from Manchester Crown Court. And it was a warrant for the release of Eric Allison, who was doing about 4 years at the time, for his usual stuff, fraud and robberies and stuff like that. Anyway, they served the bench warrant, or the fake bench warrant. They served it on the governor, and it was ordered that Eric Allison be released immediately, because it said, you will immediately release this man, this inmate, yeah. So Eric Allison was released from Strangeways prison and into Manchester at liberty, completely at liberty. And, of course, he was unlawfully at large. And that was the only real breakaway that I saw at Strangeways. Didn't see anybody else break out, climbing the walls with rope ladders. Nothing like that. Just a very quick forgery trick with a Crown Court bench warrant. Eric Allison wrote a book about the Strangeways riot called A Serious Disturbance. You can see that's on Amazon. If you read that book, you'll see that there's a chapter in there written by myself, John G. Sutton. It's called A Prison Officer's Tale. Yeah. And it tells about the disgusting conditions and how we attempted to put them right, the staff, and we failed miserably. Well, wasn't miserably, but we failed. The government and the POA conspired to tell everybody that I was not doing this to correct the problems in the prisons. I was doing this on behalf of Colonel Gaddafi, that I was an actual agent of the Libyan leader, and that I'd been secretly receiving funds from Gaddafi to cause disruption and chaos in the British prison system. Well, the problem was that the prison officers believed this nonsense. Not only did the prison officers believe this nonsense, MI5 believed this nonsense and set people to follow me. And they weren't just following me, they were tapping my telephone. And I know it sounds, to any sensible person, this would sound, yeah, you mad paranoid bastard. No. I was doing a law course at Manchester University, and one of these other students was a detective chief inspector from Greater Manchester Police. It was in my class, by the way. And I went for a drink with him after one of the evening courses, because it was a night-time, part-time course, you see. Went for a drink with him after, and he said, I got to tell you, John, he said, I know your brother. You knew my brother, you see. He said, you do realise that you've got a file at MI5. I said, how long have I got a file for? He said, well, we are watching you. He said, I'm currently on secondment to MI5, and one of my cases is watching you. Imagine that. He said, but I know your brother. He said, and I've been watching you for quite some time now. So there's nothing to report. I said, well, there won't be anything to report, will there? And I asked him, I says, is it you lot that's messing with my phone? Because every time we get a phone call, it's starting clicking and buzzing. And he said, yeah, we haven't quite perfected how to do that yet without making it obvious to the people. So, well, thanks very much. I didn't hear anything. I mean, it was mainly my wife talking to her sister about babies' nappies and stuff like that. Yeah, seriously, they did that, yeah. So that was a breakout from Strangeways jail. And Eric Allison did indeed escape. And an even stranger part of this story is, not only did he ask me to write part of his book, which I did, when he was arrested for being unlawfully at large, the detective inspector that arrested him was Martin Sutton, my brother. Yeah, seriously. He knew Eric Allison, locked him up. Eric didn't hold that against me, of course, you know. And when he got... When he got out of that, he subsequently spoke to me on numerous occasions and was... Subsequently, years later, he was arrested and charged with robbing a bank. And what he'd done was he broke into the bank, didn't steal anything. He got the checkbook for one of the biggest Ford dealership in Manchester, copied the checkbook, and put it back. Then started issuing checks to himself and fake companies and all the rest of it. And it took, I think it was Quicks for Ford, I think it was. But it took them about 2 or 3 months to find that their bank account was diminished by about 3 million quid. They never did get the money back. And as for Eric, he went on trial. And he asked me to go and be a character witness for him, which I did because I knew Eric as a writer, you see. I didn't know him as a villain, and I had never met him inside. Our paths hadn't crossed in the prison. So I did go and give a character reference for Eric Allison. It didn't do very much good, I'm afraid, because he got 7 years for that. Yeah, he's gone now. He was a very good writer, very good dedicated reporter. And I'll tell you something, people, he hated the prisons. He hated them with a vengeance. Absolutely. So that was it, today's little ramble, breakout from Strangeways. I think we should have a moment's silence for Philip Schofield, don't you? What a nice guy, isn't he, eh? Him and his gopher. You've got to admire him. Keeps a straight face. Yeah. On my TikTok channel, Jailer John, have a look. I put some skits up on Philip Schofield. I've got one of him. It's an image of him, but I've dubbed in my voice, and it's saying something like, guys and gals, now then, guys and gals. All that, imitating Jimmy Savile. It's the Song Dinger. Yeah, I'm going to talk to you all again. And by the way, we got a request, and this request is from Bob the Bob Bob. And Bob the Bob wants me to sing another George Formby song, but he requested something called The Hindu Man. I don't know anything about that. I looked, I couldn't find anything. So what I think Bob the Bob wanted was The Window Man, in other words, When I'm Cleaning Windows. So here, especially for Bob the Bob Bob, and all you people who are mad enough to listen to this nonsense, this is When I'm Cleaning Windows by George Foreman, absolutely destroyed by me in a Lancashire accent. I'm going to do this in, because he was from Lancashire, you know. He originally studied to be a jockey, yeah, and then his dad was a music hall act, so when his dad died, he took over the music hall act. Some of the songs are quite risque for the day, you know. Have a think about what the meanings of these are. And that other one I did yesterday was at Little Stick of Blackpool Rock. I mean, to what is he alluding? This is when I'm cleaning windows. Now I go cleaning windows to earn an honest bob. For a nosy Parker, it's an interesting job. Now it's a job that just suits me. A window cleaner you would be, if you can see what I can see when I'm cleaning windows. Honeymooning couples too, you should see them bill and coo. You'd be surprised at things they do when I'm cleaning windows. In my profession I'll work hard, but I'll never stop. I'll climb this blinking ladder till I get right to the top. The blushing bride, she looks divine. The bridegroom, he is doing fine. I'd rather have his job than mine when I'm cleaning windows. The chambermaid, sweet names I call. It's a wonder I don't fall. My mind's not on my work at all when I'm cleaning windows. I know a fella, such a swell, he has a thirst, that's plain to tell. I've even seen him drink his bath as well when I'm cleaning windows. In my profession I'll work hard, but I'll never stop. I'll climb that blinking ladder till I get right to the top. Pyjamas lying side by side, ladies' nighties I have spied. I've even seen what goes inside when I'm cleaning windows. Now there's a famous talky queen, she looks a flapper on the screen. She's more like 80 than 18 when I'm cleaning windows. She pulls her hair all down behind, then pulls down her, never mind, and after that pulls down the blind when I'm cleaning windows. In my profession I'll work hard, but I'll never stop. I'll climb this blinking ladder till I get right to the top. An old maid walks around the floor. She's so fed up one day I'm sure she'll drag me in and lock the door when I'm cleaning windows. When I'm cleaning windows. Did you like that, Larry? No, I know. You're happy with your goat. Anyway, folks, that's it for today. Tales from the Jails by the infamous John G. Sutton. I hope you've all got my book now, by the way.